I'm back, baby. The series that takes forever because I'm sick of waiting for it to rain. Uh, well, still haven't finished it off. Yeah. I don't really want to do mud today. I'm breaking now. Did I put it in here? There it is. Yeah, so I played the Death Guard again. Played the Terminator detachment. I was against World Eaters. I think they were just in the Index detachment. Yeah. Fish. The detachment ability to inflict mortal wounds honestly didn't come up too much because either my opponent was dead, because it activates at the start of my opponent's turn. At the start of my opponent's turn, either they killed me last turn in melee, or I killed them. So it very rarely came up of like, ooh, inflicts a mortal, so the mortal wounds didn't come up too much. But but I succeeded every single roll, so every single roll was inflicting mortal wounds. Because 6 or less isn't very hard, or 7 or less if they're already wounded. Is with the 7 or less, probabilities in your favor. With the 6 or less, there's still a good chance. So, so the wounds going through every time wasn't too big of a surprise. It just didn't come up as much. Maybe it was because of the matchup. Who knows? Yeah. It was a pretty... was a pretty close game. The entire time we were very close in points. Points, points, points. It just ended. I was just always a bit in the lead. Would have been a perfectly fine game, but at the end, my opponent was just really confused on how because he wasn't keeping track of the points. He was really confused about how he was losing, because he thought he was well and truly in the lead. Like, we're playing Scorched Earth, and it's like, well, you burnt 2 objectives in the midfield, worth 5 each. I burnt your deployment zone, that's worth 10. So we tied on burning. And with primary, you score a 5 for each objective, maximum of 10. And we both scored 10 almost every turn, except for the one turn, except for turn 1 where you don't score anything, and turn 3 where we both didn't score anything. We both scored 10 every other turn. And controlling 2 objectives wasn't that hard. Especially considering I'm playing Terminators and deep striking on 2 objectives, and you're just charging and killing everything on an objective. And then secondary, it's like, you both did almost every single secondary. I just did more. He started off by saying, but I did more secondaries. Like, no, you didn't. I failed 2 secondaries the entire game. And that was Assassination. That I was... And the one where you have to go to all 4 quarters. Yeah. The Terminator detachment, though, I actually found most of the stratagems not really that useful. I also didn't like having no real defensive stratagem except for a 4-up fight on death. And that one came in handy because he was playing World Eaters, but that was really my only defensive sort of stratagem. I've got 2 stratagems about putting stuff in contagion range. And I've got an infantry battle shock. And I think Flyblown Host is a bit better, but Terminators are very good and fun. Man, Blight Lords can kick some ass now. +1 strength and AP and something in contagion range is nice. Lord of Virulence is also just such a great character. Yeah, I might try out. Will I try it out? There's a tournament this weekend, and I'm probably going to play Death Guard, but what detachment am I going to play? And do I bring the Mortarion himself, or... I don't feel like I bring the Mortar. I don't feel like bringing him. I didn't get anything. Messed it up. I think for the tournament, Flybone host might be better, but I want to try out the Terminator one again. Hammer of Mortarion. Virulence Vector and Lord of Contagions. The detachments that are doing really good, but they honestly just seem boring. Like, Virulence Vector is just the index one. It's like, alright. It's different now, they've changed quite a few things. But at its base, it's still kind of just the index one. It's like, it's good, but I want to mess around some other stuff. And the Hammer of Mortarion is just a vehicle detachment. Yes, every army has one of those, whatever. Like, and one of the main reasons it's good is because you can just, because of the detachment rule, putting stuff into contagion range and then deep striking your Terminators in within 6 inches of that. It's like that. Now you're not even playing the reason why the detachment's good. You're not even playing vehicles, what the detachment's based off. Well, you are still playing vehicles on that, but and I just don't own that many Death Shroud. I own 3. And I'm playing the Terminator. Yeah, it was mostly Blight Lords. And Champions of Contagions just looks boring. I'm gonna be honest. Something about it, I just don't like it. It just seems, eh. Having 2 Contagions is pretty cool, and there's some other stuff like fights fast and +2 toughness. And I don't know, just boring. Didn't tickle my fancy. I think Flyblown Host and the Terminator detachment look pretty cool. And I don't like Hordes, so I'm not gonna play Poxwalkers. Right, there we go. I'm gonna end the episode here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we get a thunderstorm soon, and enjoy.